For we know that our patchwork heritage is a strength, not a weakness. We are a nation of Christians and Muslims, Jews and Hindus and non-believers. We are shaped by every language and culture, drawn from every end of this earth. And because we have tasted the bitter swill of civil war and segregation, and emerged from that dark chapter stronger and more united. We cannot help but believe that the old hatreds shall someday pass. That the lines of tribe shall soon dissolve, that as the world grows smaller, our common humanity shall reveal itself. And that America must play its role in ushering in a new era of peace. To the Muslim world, we seek a new way forward, based on mutual interest and mutual respect. To those leaders around the globe who seek to sow conflict, or blame their society's ills on the West, know that your people will judge you on what you can build, not what you destroy. To those who cling to power through corruption and deceit and the silencing of dissent, know that you are on the wrong side of history, but that we will extend a hand if you are willing to unclench your fist. To the people of poor nations, we pledge to work alongside you to make your farms flourish and let clean waters flow. To nourish starved bodies and feed hungry minds. And to those nations like ours that enjoy relative plenty, we say we can no longer afford indifference to the suffering outside our borders. Nor can we consume the world's resources without regard to effect. For the world has changed, and we must change with it. As we consider the road that unfolds before us, we remember with humble gratitude those brave Americans who, At this very hour, patrol far-off deserts and distant mountains. They have something to tell us, just as the fallen heroes who lie in Arlington whisper through the ages. We honor them not only because they are the guardians of our liberty, but because they embody the spirit of service. A willingness to find meaning in something greater than themselves. And yet, at this moment, a moment that will define a generation. It is precisely the spirit that must inhabit us all. For as much as government can do and must do, it is ultimately the faith and determination of the American people upon which this nation relies. It is the kindness to take in a stranger when the levees break. The selflessness of workers who would rather cut their hours than see a friend lose their job, which sees us through our darkest hours. It is the firefighter's courage to storm a stairway filled with smoke. But also a parent's willingness to nurture a child, that finally decides our fate. Our challenges may be new. The instruments with which we meet them may be new. But those values upon which our success depends: honesty and hard work, courage and fair play. Tolerance and curiosity, loyalty and patriotism, these things are old. These things are true. They have been the quiet force of progress throughout our history. What is demanded then is a return to these truths. What is required of us now is a new era of responsibility, a recognition, on the part of every American. That we have duties to ourselves, our nation, and the world. Duties that we do not grudgingly accept but rather seize gladly, firm in the knowledge that there is nothing so satisfying to the spirit. So defining of our character, then giving our all to a difficult task. This is the price and the promise of citizenship. This is the source of our confidence, the knowledge that God calls on us to shape an uncertain destiny. This is the meaning of our liberty and our creed, why men and women and children of every race and every faith can join in celebration across this magnificent mall, and why a man whose father less than 60 years ago might not have been served at a local restaurant can now stand before you to take a most sacred oath. So let us mark this day with remembrance of who we are and how far we have traveled. In the year of America's birth, in the coldest of months, a small band of patriots huddled by dying campfires on the shores of an icy river. The capital was abandoned. The enemy was advancing. The snow was stained with blood. At a moment when the outcome of our revolution was most in doubt. The father of our nation ordered these words be read to the people. Let it be told to the future world. That in the depth of winter, when nothing but hope and virtue could survive, that the city and the country alarmed at one common danger, came forth to meet it? America, in the face of our common dangers, in this winter of our hardship, let us remember these timeless words. With hope and virtue, let us brave once more the icy currents, and endure what storms may come. Let it be said by our children's children that when we were tested we refused to let this journey end. That we did not turn back nor did we falter, and with eyes fixed on the horizon and God's grace upon us. We carried forth that great gift of freedom and delivered it safely to future generations. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. A deviation from the orthodox syntactical order. Faithfully execute the office, prompted by Justice Roberts, and, with some hesitation, and additional awkward fumbling by Justice Roberts followed by President-elect Obama. To Paul the Apostle, 1 Corinthians 13:11, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child. I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Barack Obama. Address to the people of India. Delivered January 27, 2015, Siri Fort Auditorium, New Delhi, India. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neha, for what a wonderful introduction. Everybody. Please have a seat. Nothing fills me with more hope than when I hear incredible young people like Neha and all the outstanding work that she's doing on behalf of India's youth and for representing this nation's energy and its optimism and its idealism. She makes me very proud. And I'm sure I think they may be her is that somebody related to you. Okay. Because we just had a chance to meet, and she's beaming with pride right now sitting next to you. Give Neha a big round of applause once again. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to all the students and young people who are here today. To the people of India watching and listening across this vast nation, I bring the friendship and the greetings of the American people. On behalf of myself and Michelle, thank you so much for welcoming us back to India. Bahut dhanyavad. It has been a great honor to be the first American president to join you for Republic Day. With the tricolor waving above us, we celebrated the strength of your constitution. We paid tribute to India's fallen heroes. In yesterday's parade, we saw the pride and the diversity of this nation. Including the daredevils on their Royal Enfields, which was very impressive. Secret Service does not let me ride motorcycles. Especially not on my head. I realize that the sight of an American president as your chief guest on Republic Day would have once seemed unimaginable. But my visit reflects the possibilities of a new moment. As I've said many times, I believe that the relationship between India and the United States can be one of the defining partnerships of this century. When I spoke to your parliament on my last visit, I laid out my vision for how our two nations can build that partnership. And today, I want to speak directly to you, the people of India. About what I believe we can achieve together, and how we can do it. My commitment to a new chapter between our countries flows from the deep friendship between our people. And Michelle and I have felt it ourselves. I recognized India with the first state visit of my presidency, where we also danced to some pretty good Bhangra. For the first time, we brought Diwali to the White House. On our last celebration here, we celebrated the Festival of Lights in Mumbai. We danced with some children. Unfortunately, we were not able to schedule any dancing this visit. Señorita. Bade Deshin Main. You know what I mean. Everybody said, by the way. How much better a dance Michelle was than me, which hurt my feelings a little bit. On a more personal level, India represents an intersection of two men who have always inspired me. When Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. was protesting racial segregation in the United States, he said that his guiding light was Mahatma Gandhi. When Dr. King came to India, he said that being here in Gandhi's land reaffirmed his conviction that in the struggle for justice and human dignity, the most potent weapon of all is nonviolent resistance. And there is another link that binds us. More than 100 years ago, America welcomed a son of India, Swami Vivekananda. And Swami Vivekananda, he helped bring Hinduism and yoga to our country. And he came to my hometown of Chicago. And there, at a great gathering of religious leaders, he spoke of his faith and the divinity in every soul, and the purity of love. And he began his speech with a simple greeting, "Sisters and brothers of America."